how the economy is going to be or it's going down. But we know that a lot of things fall into place as, God is calling his people back to him. And as we, being the children of God, we know that certain things have to be in place to be able to do God's will. So I was a former worker for 30 years at Bradley Hospital. And I know that it was the paid sick days that encouraged me to be faithful. And I know that God is calling us to be faithful to one another, as he is faithful to us, to know that if we trust in him, know that he's going to provide. And if we have employers, that we're going to provide the service to them that they need from us. And if we're having bad days or sick days, not feeling well, even if it's your child, sometimes if your child is sick, you're sick. I remember, I said, now, if it wasn't for a grandmother or a mother that felt for me to make it her business to try to find out what's going on with me. And that's the way our boss, our employers should be, because they need us. We need, what it all boils down, we need one another. And that we all need God. And I know that I'm a firm believer that he says to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. So how can you see somebody who's coming in that's employed by you, but you don't care enough to let them be home and know that they're faithful workers? It's faithful. We got to be faithful to the cause. And the cause is to help one another. And if we help one another, we love one another. And God said, how can you say you love me and you never saw me? And you can't love the ones you see each and every day, look in their faces. And you can know that they need it doesn't hurt us to help somebody pay the gas bill. If you have it, you're blessed to be a blessing. So I just thank God for just being in my life. And I feel in my heart that this is what God wants us to do today and throughout the days to come, to help somebody and to just let legislators know that this is the right thing to do. And when you do right, life comes to you. So I thank God for that.
Thank you, Mother Jenkins.
Amen.
I serve a great God.
I'm afraid I don't have anybody else's name anymore.
And they fail me yet.
Reverend Jackson.
Reverend Jackson?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, I'm here today basically for the same reasons that my colleagues have stated ahead of me. And I truly believe that this is a good cause. I think that everybody should be treated equally. And I worked for years for the state of Pennsylvania and never used my sick time. Didn't know why the Lord gave me the job, less more why he allowed me to accrue all this sick time.
Yeah.
But then my husband got sick and I was allowed to use that time. They worked it out so that I was allowed to use that time to take him through his transition from here to glory. And so I think that people should be allowed to use this time. I know I would not want to be sick and trying to work, because I certainly couldn't do my best. And I don't think I'd want to work with somebody who was sick and coming in there coughing and everything over top of me. Then I'm going to take that home to my house and infect my family. And if I'm just going someplace else, I'm going to infect those other people that I meet. I certainly don't want to go to a restaurant and have somebody sick trying to serve me, because then I know I'm going to get sick. So I think this is a good cause, and I think that the faith-based community should stand behind this and certainly preach it from the pulpit so that everybody knows that this bill should be passed.
Amen.
Thank you, Reverend
Jackson.
Jackson. Reverend Hall? Harris. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon.
Did a slave with the wrong name.
I am for the earned paid sick time bill because I believe it's a health issue. And when we look at health, when we look at a person coming into the workplace and they're working on a job at low income wages, and they don't have paid sick time, and they get sick, or their children at home get sick, their mental stability is off. Because they're thinking about that child is sick, they're thinking about themselves not feeling well, and they still come to work because they're afraid to lose their job. And then when they take too much time off per the job structure and they lose their job, then you have an unemployed worker, and most of them have children at home, and they can't make ends meet even when they're working, basically. So now they're out of work, they probably can't get unemployment, and so we're still paying money anyhow, just from a different funding. And so when we as the corporate community, employer, look at our employees, and we don't look at them as if they're trash, that they can be thrown away. When I talked to my brother about this issue today, he said employers treating them like they can just throw them away. I said, that's the truth. I hadn't looked at it that far. But when you know you're working for an employer and they consider you like a throwaway, I can throw you away after 4 days, let's say, and then I can get me another employee. They're standing in line waiting for the job that you're getting ready to lose. And so it would be a shame for an employer to think like that about their employee. That I can't, or I'm not willing to invest into you and your family, that you can come and work and bring profit to the company that I'm in charge of, that I own. And so I believe this is a human issue, it's a health issue, and it's a moral issue that we must, as the community of faith, to stand up for what is right by the word of God.
Amen.
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 Thank you, Reverend Harris. Could you all do just one thing? We'll start with Reverend Patrick. Just the teacher name of the church you're from.
Reverend Larry, middle initials G, last name Patrick, pastor of Redeemed Baptist Church.
I am Reverend Jay Broadnax, pastor of Mount Pisgah AME Church.
Faithful Temple Evangelistic Church, Pastor E. Bellamy.
I'm Reverend Nancy Jackson, and I am the associate at Gems Tabernacle AME Church.
I'm Reverend Phyllis A. Harris, and I'm on the ministerial staff at Mount Pisgah AME Church.
Thank you all. Thank you all for coming out today, making your thoughts known. God bless you all. We're going to close out with Reverend Minister.